See if it fits. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I still don't get how you say the name of it.
Mortise and tenon.
Mortise and tenon.
I don't think it's a D. It's not tendon. It's tenon.
Oh. Tomato.
For sure.
All right, good morning. We're working on a table today that is made of urban redwood, big slab, and we're making 2 benches to go with it. It's 8 foot long. And right now, Brian's working on getting the legs going. He's already mortise and tenoned the legs, which I think you saw, and then glued them. That's for stability. And I'll sand those down a little bit and make them real pretty. What we've got here is one of the slabs for the bench, and we're gonna fill that. It's 8 foot long, so it's very tall. We're gonna fill it with epoxy right here to make those knots stay and look real pretty. We've got the other bench right here, and under it, the 8 foot long table that is just pure slab and beautiful. So we're gonna start out by doing some sanding, routering, and Brian's gotta do the mortise and tenon on the legs for the table. And when we're done with he's got all of his mortise and tenons cut, puts them in like that, and hopefully they fit real good. And then he's going to glue them, clamp them, and they'll dry. And then you put them all next to each other, and then it's like making a puzzle piece, and it gives it a lot of structure.
So that's good.
See? So the board right here is called a skirt board, and that is kind of what gives the table sheer. And he's just using that little skirt board as a placement piece because he needs to get a long one.
Okay, gluing them up again.
Here is the 2 benches, have some wood filler in them. These are the undersides of the benches. And the reason we're doing that is because you won't see it ever. So we're gonna just fill the bottoms, and when we flip them around, we're gonna fill these knots and cracks with epoxy. And this filler will hopefully keep the epoxy from spilling through. So we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna let Brian's table legs here dry. And well, we're gonna probably just go eat some lunch because we made chili, and then we'll come back and continue. Anything to say, Brian?
Nothing. I'm hungry for chili.
Over here, obviously, is the table, and then the 2 benches. And he's getting them all dried and set, and then we'll sand them down. These ones, the benches have already been mostly sanded down, but then they'll be sanded down and we'll put the tops on. And once that's all secured, then it's time to put the finish on and deliver them to the restaurant. This is Handsome Brian.
Hi, this is Handsome Brian here.
This is your new tag. And right now what he's doing is using extra 2x4s to... Are you spreading or drawing in?
Huh?
Are you spreading it or drawing it in?
I'm gonna put 2x4s here so that I can brace back and pull these
Oh
tight.
yes, that's right.
Like
so,
that.
So that he can make this joint really tight while it dries. He's gonna do basically the same thing he did here. so that it just pulls it real tight. And I'm gonna double fist palm sanders so that I can sand off all these epoxy marks here. That needs to get sanded down so that we can put the finish on. So you're gonna see double fisting palm sanders is quite the feat, and I'm gonna do it. It's a beautiful morning, and we're about to go for a bike ride with Stu out at Thousand Acres, but before we go, we wanted to give the table and benches a quick coat of this stuff called, what's it called?
Amber seal.
Amber seal. And that, as you can kind of see, gives the wood a real golden look, and that's going to make it super awesome. We're very happy here on the Webke KB Handiworks compound because I just picked up the slabs from Creative Woodworking where they gave us a final sand so that I wouldn't have to palm sand the whole thing like a slave. And we've just temporarily put them in place and they look fabulous. We're very happy. So now what we're gonna do is apply the, we call them snowmen or figure eights. And what these are is the piece of hardware that holds the tabletop to the legs. And it'll be like, we'll put it on the skirt board, we'll drill a screw down into the skirt board, and then we'll drill a screw up into the tabletop. Brian is tapping a tiny little hole into each one of these spots that he wants to put a snowman, and then that little tap into the wood will help him be a guide so that he can pre-drill each little hole. And the table is already all done. See, these are the snowmen that we refer to. So now that this is in place, it's flush on top of the skirt, and we'll come up underneath the here and put a screw up into the tabletop. Brian's putting the last finishing touch coat on the bench, and then this will dry, will be completely cured over the weekend, and we'll deliver the whole situation on Monday. We are all installed and finished. It looks really awesome. It's a crowd pleaser, is that right?
It's beautiful.
They're just rushing to come sit down at this table. Don't everybody get up at once.